Welcome to IDT's Getting Business Done series, featuring Bekins van lines. Consider the impact a slow-growing economy has on moving companies. Less activity means less moves, and fewer moves means less money. So how does a company keep its independent agents at over 200 locations loyal? Simple. Make the paperwork easier to capture and process, which then speeds up payment significantly.
We've had an imaging system in place for approximately 9 years. It's a centralized process, whereas all of our agents, we have approximately 225 agents spread across the U.S. And part of their remit is they, in addition to moving folks from household relocation perspective, in the process of moving a person's household goods, there's a lot of collection of paperwork. It's a very paper-intensive process. Agents collect the paperwork as they're conducting the household good move, and at the end of the move, they create files, envelope files that they mail back into Bekins, and then Bekins scans in those files into our central imaging system. One of the problems we're trying to solve is be able to scan a complete document file, but be able to capture at an individual item or piece of paper what that document type is. Additionally, what we're trying to do is speed up the turnaround process of being able to pay our agents. So the way the system works today is agents are paid once the paperwork was received here in Hillside and processed in Hillside. And that turnaround time could be anywhere from 15 to 20 days by the time we get the file from the agents. In a lot of cases, the file is not complete.
To speed up the paperwork and payout processing, Bekins needed to allow its agents to capture documents where they originated, at the agent's offices. They found the solution through their 11-year relationship with IDT. We recommended expanding Bekins' existing document capture system, adding functionality that reduced the time devoted to hand-sorting forms, significantly sped up processing, and eliminated the time and expense of shipping their forms from the agents. What solution did IDT recommend?
We've had a document management solution in place for 9 years, and IDT has been the vendor that helped us with our initial implementations years ago, and they have been our vendor ever since, supporting our application. So when we sat down with IDT, and they came up with several different vendors, and ultimately they recommended Capsys as the solution provider that met our individual needs. A, because it was web-based. B, was architected to work within a portal, Active Directory environment. In addition to selecting the right software solution, which ultimately became the Capsys solution, we also were looking for an effective scanning solution as well too, both from a cost perspective as well as productivity perspective. And we evaluated several manufacturers, and ultimately we selected a Kodak device, Kodak i-1200 to be precise. In addition to the capturing of shipment level documents, there's another project that we're also working on with IDT, and that's to capture checks in the field too. Because just scanning a document with a barcode on it is one challenge, but when you're scanning checks, it's an entirely different set of obstacles you have to overcome.
IDT's solution included Capsys Capture, web-based document capture software from Capsys Technologies, in conjunction with a remote check deposit solution and scanners from Kodak.
Our whole concept was to create a centralized delivery model. This is where IDT really helped us a lot. We built a lot of customization into the Capsys program to allow us not only to receive the documents in the field and do all the requisite indexing and identifying the documents and the document types. We built a real sophisticated workflow into the front end of the Capsys application, which basically saves our agents a lot of manpower in having to identify what the documents are. So we built a lot of logic in the software to recognize the individual forms and then associate them to a unique form type.
How has Bekins benefited from this new system?
It speeds up the process. It allows us to pay our agents faster, which is an extremely big benefit to them, especially in today's market, with everybody being tight on cash flow. Basically reduce that turnaround time from 17 days to ideally probably less than a week. One of the real benefits too the agents are seeing, and not in addition obviously to getting paid faster, is we've also opened up the program to allow them to use the capture system to manage their own local files, their own paperwork. So they see this as a real benefit as well too, because it's a software solution that not only allows them to conduct business in a more efficient manner with Bekins, but it also allows them to use the same technology to store and capture their own files without having to invest in any hardware software. From a business perspective, it gives us a lot more credibility with our agents, because if we're able to reduce the cycle time and being able to pay them, obviously that's a major benefit for us, and it's a selling point for us also from a competitive perspective, because it's a very competitive industry, and if we could just shave off a day or two off of our payment cycle, it gives us a little bit of a leg up from what the competitors are offering, particularly when it comes from a recruitment. There's a lot of the way the business works here is you recruit agents into your system. Because in order to attract an agent into your system, you have to offer them some benefits above and beyond what any other van line is offering. And this is one of the major benefits we're selling, is a quicker turnaround on payment cycle. Now with this new solution, it's a completely automated process from the time the document's scanned to it's updated to payment is released to our agents.
To save money and time using IDT's web-based document capture or other technology offerings, go to the link shown.